Hi everyone, I thought I hadn't done a video for a while, so I thought I'd just show you I'm going to make a simple bookmark and just see how we go from there. I've looked on the internet, apparently there are some sizes that they can be, so I'm going to just today go for the 2" by 6" one and see. Apparently they can be longer in length, 2x7, 2x8, but I thought I'd do 2x6 today. So hopefully that's the right piece, seeing as I've got myself mixed up already. Typical. Right, the paper, the cardstock should I say actually, is Pink Frog Crafts 300 GSM, and I actually bought the A3 size. Because I was told by Tracy Evans that it's a really good card and takes quite a bit of water and different effects, so I thought I'd give it a go. So as you can see, it's lovely, lovely and smooth. Today, for easiness and because I've not done a video in quite a while, I thought I'd just go with something a little bit easier. So I'm going to use some distress oxides. Get that right, Liz? Put your teeth back in. And basically just use that for the background. So taking the Mermaid Lagoon and putting quite a bit on me, whatever these are called, because I can't remember what they're called. Blenders. Oh, we're off to a good start, aren't we? Eh? We are indeed, we're off to a good start. So I'm just going to put this randomly onto me bookmark. Well, that I'm hoping will be a bookmark when it's finished. Who knows in this game? Anyway, so that's the Mermaid Lagoon, and we'll go for some Twisted Citron. These colours are really wow, and where you get them together, they do just slightly mix together and do a slightly different colour. Oops. Now the only thing I find with these is they also show finger marks, so maybe try not to hold it too much. Very hard when it's only a small piece of card, but anyway. And then we'll do the fossilised amber one as well. And for some reason or other I don't seem to have the right blender for this, but we'll go with the flow. Blending it in where it meets. I think I might just go over with a little bit more of the blue because it seems a little bit short. So as you can see, you can go over quite happily, and just because it's a different colour. Win-win. Right, get a wet wipe for my fingers because I didn't do that before and hoped to remember everything before, and then I didn't, which, you know, well, you'll have realised by this video that I'm really full of things like that. I'm not a big lover of messy fingers, but hey-ho. Some people love having grunge on the fingers. I'm not one of them, but never mind. And we'll wipe that off as well. Now then, this, as you can see, is quite colourful, but at this stage it's also easily wiped off. So I've just got a bit of cheap hairspray that I'm literally just going to spray on it, and then I might put a bit of kitchen roll over for the sake of the video, because last time I did this I let it dry natural, but we'll see what happens, because hopefully, yeah, it's probably better to let it dry natural, but as you can see, little bits do come off. But we'll leave it for now and see what happens. So I'll pop that to one side for a few minutes. Right, now then, I've decided that I'm going to use some of these AALL and CREATE stamps and stencils for this, because they're my latest in thing and I absolutely find them so adorable. Tracy does some beautiful flower ones and butterflies and birds, and oh, for some more money. Now this particular birds one is by Janet Klein, but I just had to get this one because, well, they're just, can you not like them? I mean, just look at them, they're like so funky, aren't they? And it says, I meant to behave, but there were too many other options. Well, yeah, that's up to me. And then I'm going to use some of the other bits and bobs of other stamps just to finish off and make my background up and stencils, but I will show you those as I come to use them, because I'm not quite 100% sure yet which ones I'm using, so, but hopefully we'll get there. So for the stamps, I basically stamp them onto, I was colouring with Copics, so I stamped them onto some cardstock that would take Copics. You might have to see them better actually that way, I don't know. And not to bore you with my colouring skills, and because I'd probably shake like mad if I did, I've already coloured them and cut them out. So I did them in funky colours to hopefully match. I didn't have an orange oxide for the back, so I just went with the yellow, but they look quite cute anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so put them to one side for the moment and decide which stencil I'm going to go for, because this is the Lots of Semicircles, which is a new, fairly new one I've bought, or I do also have this star ones, which I can't remember what it's called, but I can look for it later to find out if I finish up using that one. I think we'll go with this one for a change, because I've tended to use the star ones for other things which you might see later on. Right, I'm hoping this is dry. Seems to be. We'll soon find out. So now to decide where I'm going to put this. Am I going to put it like that? Am I going to put it like that? Or am I going to put it like that? And have it, or I could even do it like that. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. Entirely up to you. And as you can see, I have used it before because I've not cleaned it. So we'll use the same side. And then that way, we're not getting it all mucked up on both sides. Of course, you can clean it. I should have cleaned it, but there you go. Now then, I have forgotten to do one thing, because I'm going to use this with paste, and I have forgotten to bring a container for me to just pop my stencil in when I've used it. So, oh, we are doing well this morning. Really, really well. So, anyway, never mind. I'm using some modelling paste, and I think I quite like that, to be honest. So I've got like some of the semicircles not actually there, and I'm not going to go ridiculously mad with it anyway. I don't care. I'm not bothered for a absolute precision look on this, to be honest. If some of it misses, it's only for a bookmark tag. It doesn't matter, does it? And it allows some of the colour from behind to show up as well. So, as you can see, some of the bits are missing. Like I said, that isn't a problem for this particular one. I'm not that bothered. And then I think I'll just put a bit more here. Some of this will probably get covered up when I start putting my other bits and pieces on. But this is just to give a bit of a look to the back. And I'm quite sure that you can hear me dogs barking, and I do apologise for that, but unfortunately the world and his wife walks past with dogs down my road, and they bark at everyone, including when they haven't got a dog, and it's basically just for a share. So me making a video without the dogs on is nigh on impossible. Absolutely impossible, actually. Not a chance. Right. So, got rid of that. Trim off the end bits that are just sticking out as well. And there we go. That's the quite funky. Quite funky. Great, goes with the look that we've got. Smudged a bit, but hey up. I'm not too bothered today. Would be if it was for sending to a card, but it's going to be a bookmark. It'll get probably all battered by the time it's finished anyway. Right, so do remember when you've used paste, etc., to clean off your tools. Like I said, I normally have a bowl at the side with water in to just put them in, but in really good thingy of today. And there you go, that was somebody else going the other way. So we're on a roll, aren't we? We're doing well. The dogs are barking with somebody going the other way now. So, right, so I'm going to let that dry now. It will actually take a little while to dry. So, in the meantime, I might have to go and get my heat tool, which again I've not put right on the side of me, so who knows, but anyway, we'll see. So I think, as I said before, this has got this awesome caption in this stamp set, which is just me all over, to be honest. So I'm going to use this one, and I'll just get me wherever it is. Oh gosh, I'm organised today, aren't I? Absolutely not. Oh, there it is. Yes, I was organised. It was on the side and I couldn't see it for looking. Right, this is one of the, and if you'll notice, I've also put some washi tape on to make me try and find it easier. Ha! That worked, didn't it? Right. So hopefully, probably not on straight. If I put it down there and line it up with me lines underneath, will that help? Probably not, but we can give it a go. Right. I'm using VersaFine Clay to do this. Do be careful with these. Well, I don't know about the others, but mine doesn't half have a suction for the lid and the bottom, and many a time I'm going like this and the lid goes flying and I finish up with ink everywhere because I dropped the box that the ink's in, the ink pad. So, you know, I'm trying to give you an all points bulletin of how things can go wrong, and more than likely do. So, press down on this a bit, just so that the ink has a chance to settle into the card. And I usually give mine a bit of a wipe. You don't have to do, but I usually do, because that's me. Probably works better if you don't, actually, but anyway, again, like I said, that's me. Right, now I have to hopefully check that this isn't too big for the piece of paper that I've got, because I didn't check before, which was, again, a bit silly, wasn't it? Oh yeah, just about go on there. Right. Now I'm going to, I'm going to cut it out, but cut it out a bit. This is where I show my absolute horror. I hate cutting out, fussy cutting out. I'm not good at it. And people who are good will be going, oh, look at that. God, what a mess. I quite agree with you. Terrible. Terrible I am. Avoid it like the plague. But because I've put the texture, I can't really stamp direct onto that now because, well, it just wouldn't work, would it? It would go all over the place. So if you do want to just stamp the sentiment on, you'd have to leave a gap. Work out where it was going first, of course, and leave a gap. I also am going to leave it uncoloured, I think, so that it does quite stand out, because I quite like that. However, I will just take some of the ink from that's still on the blender foam thingy, just to give it a bit of an edge. Does just finish it off, I think, and might make it stand out even a little bit more. It's going to stand out anyway because there's no colour on it, but hey ho, just my idea of hoping that it does. Right, now am I going to go and have to get my heat tool? More than likely. Oh yeah, we're going to have to go on. So bear with for a minute while I just go and get my heat tool. And I hope it's somewhere so I can find it easy. And knowing my luck, it's not. Might be editing this video. Yeah, definitely going to be editing this video. Oh, warts and all. Video that's warts and all. Right, I'll put it on low because I don't want this particular one to bubble. On this, when you're using paste and things, you can get it that they bubble if you put heat on. I don't really want this one to do so. And warts and all, as I said, you can tell when I was moving it that I've caught that. But I can either cover that up or just leave it as it's warts and all, and it adds to the texture, as I think I said before. But this card does take the inks and the textures well. And as you can see now, it's dry, so I'm not going to be moving that when I start putting my glues and stuff on. Right. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to take the birds that I've decided to use for this particular one. I mean, I absolutely love them all. They're fabulous. I love that one especially. But he was a little bit large, so I didn't bother him for this one. And then you've got to decide where you want them and how you're going to do them. So rather than put them on there, I think I'll put them on here, just to see how they go. And then I still want this roughly halfway, but I have an idea for this. So, right, okay. So, getting some glue. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer. Tends to be the one that I rely back on. And you could cover these with glossy accents or things like that. That's my next project, I think. But for this particular one, I think I'm just going to leave it as it is because it's going to go as a bookmark. So it'll wants to be kept as flat as possible, really, doesn't it? So I'm going to put that one there. Like that. Super cool and funky already. Oh, I'm getting a visit from my dogs. This might be fun. They like to come in and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to yourself again? Silly woman, you're not meant to do that." And then I've got an idea for this one because it just goes with the thing so well. So I'm going to stick this one on. Just there. I quite like to layer things up normally, but because like I said it's going for a bookmark, it needs to be kept quite flat. So then pick this one because he's a different colour as well to what the other two ones were coloured with the different colours. So I thought, well, he's going to stand out anyway. So let's make him stand out in the way that I want him to, as in he's quirky. Absolutely awesome. Right up my street. Because I'm going to have him, oops, that that's what he wants to do. Like that. I mean, you know, it's just got to be done, hasn't it? Got to be done. And then where do I want him? Do I want him there? No, I want him there. So again, I've used 3 because the 3 fit on. But also, when you're doing stuff, 1, 3, 5 of things actually looks better than when you do equal numbers like 2 or 4. It's just, I don't know why it is. Rules of science or rules of, I have no idea. But it does work out for crafting and doing stuff better that way. So hopefully, I mean, you know, I meant to behave, but there were too many other options. I mean, oh, anybody who knows me will be going, yeah, that's you, Liz, that's you, definitely. Right, so I finished up, didn't I, using the, yeah. So I think that's it for the glue. Right, I think we're not so far off nearly finishing now. So, again, because I didn't get it, which, you know, tell I've not done a video in a while. Honest to goodness. Absolutely. Not got a brain in my head at the minute. Right. Even though he's upside down, he's sort of grounded because he's onto that thingy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a line for these two to be grounded on. Now, normally I would try and find a tree branch or I don't know, something or other to stick them on, but because it's, again, like I've said, it's a bookmark, I don't want to be making it too raised up, so I'll borrow Tracy's idea of using a pencil, Inktense pencil, and a bit of water. Tracy Evans has got some awesome videos. She's really good at what she does. I mean, apart from designing the stamps, she's good at what she does with them. You really want to check her out. Her videos out on YouTube and things are brilliant. She'll probably look at this and say, oh my goodness gracious, what have you done tonight? What have you done? Not that this one's particularly, like I said, her particular stuff anyway, but oh yeah, because I was going to use some other stuff, but on this I haven't got room actually. I'd need to have a lot bigger of a thing. This is a little bit. I don't think it needs any more. If I'd have had more room, on the bits that are plain, I would have done some background stamping. Which I have actually got something in the pipeline to show you later on next month, where I've done very similar to this, but it was a bigger space behind, so I have added extra stamping, used a bit of a different stencil and not the same stamps, but the idea is very, very similar. So there we are. You could put a hole in with a bit of string or whatever at the end to make it so it's easy to pick up. My sister also, off the internet, got some like plastic sleeves that you can pop your work in and it protects it, but I haven't got any of them. So just at the moment, that's the finished article. Now you could then, to give it some protection, I suppose you could even put it on a laminator, and that would also work. Might have to think about what I'm going to do with this one, but that is the principle at the moment of what you get. So I hope you like it. My quirky video with all my quirky dogs and my quirky sayings and my quirky mishaps of not getting everything ready. And happy crafting. Bye.